compare the two photographs and explain why these types of physical activity are important, please.
Okay, in the first photo, we can see a man who is skateboarding in the snow, and I think he's having a good time because it's an sport he likes. I think he's trying to compete with another people. But in the second picture, we can see a group of girls who are practicing, I think it's yoga, and this activity is quite relaxing, and um, their body and mind are balancing, and they're focused on mind, and they feel better. Okay, and but for both pictures, I prefer the second one because it involves all kind of activities, physical, mentally, and also you can feel peace inside of you. So I would, if I choose one of these, I will practice yoga or some kind of these activities.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Okay, Andres, a little bit of feedback. First of all, you had a good level of fluency. There were a couple of times when you didn't know the correct vocabulary, like you didn't use the word for snowboarding, which obviously is not very popular in Ecuador. That's not a problem. You said skateboarding in the snow. You know, so that's a good strategy when you don't know vocab. Your fluency was good also because you didn't stop talking, you filled the time, you were able to answer the question quite effectively. I think the only accuracy point that I would pick you up on is be careful with this false friend of using practice with activities. So we don't practice sport. Don't forget that. We do yoga. So you said, I think, practice yoga. So yeah, just that's one to note with activities that we do the activity. I thought that was very good. Let's go on to the next one. With this one, see if you can use a couple of the lexical phrases that I put up in my video. So, you know, you could perhaps say, oh, you know, I mean, it's kind of, and see if you can use some of those types of phrases to make your speech as natural as possible. Okay, so take a minute and read the question, please.
Okay.
So here are your photographs. They show you two places where people live. I would like you to compare the two photographs and describe how living in each of these places might be different. You can start when you're ready.
Okay. Okay, both pictures are related to housing, and in the first picture we can see a cottage who is in the country. It seems to be a very peaceful place and full of beauty and nature. I think people can enjoy the views, and you can do many different activities, farming. You can go to the river for fishing. But in the second picture, you can see a group of small buildings which are located in the corner of the street in like a small or big city. It also seems to be a very peaceful place, but I prefer nature. I rather prefer the nature because you can breathe good air and feel more relaxed. Even you can work there and to be together with your family, and also to meet people from especially different countries because they expect to see something different. So picture one is I think is the best option for me.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Okay, some more feedback now, Andres. Again, really good fluency. I mean, I think you are a strong candidate. I think that you were able to deal with the question effectively. You gave with a range of vocabulary, and the fluency was good, and accuracy was generally good for this level. So again, that was a good response. I've made a note of a couple of things. Accuracy, first of all. Use of relative pronoun here. You said a cottage who is, and then later you corrected that and you said houses which are or something. So you, in the first instance, you use who instead of which to refer to an object, but then you corrected that later. But again, that's not a major problem. And the second sort of grammatical accuracy, your use of even. You said even you can, and again, I think that's perhaps a little bit of transfer from Spanish. It should be word order there. You can even. So don't, you know, very simple sort of subject. You can, verb even. Yeah. So make a note of that. Watch this video again when I've uploaded it, and just make a note of a couple of those errors before the exam. Couple of pronunciation things. Again, your pronunciation is clear, so I have no problem with your pronunciation at this level. I think you'll be absolutely fine. If you wanted to work on pronunciation, you could work on the use of the schwa at the end of ER words. So you said river, and it sounded quite Spanish. So you pronounce that schwa at the end, river. Okay.
River.
Yeah, river, and then later on you used a couple of other words. Again, you said prefer, for example. So prefer, river. Notice that prefer is longer than the river. But again, your pronunciation is good. You used some lexical chunks. You said it's like a, very good. And it also seems to be, again, very good use of phrases. I think your register is quite formal. So you say things like located, is located in the countryside. And that sounds like quite a written register. If you wanted to sound more natural, actually you could be more simple and simply say the cottage is in the country rather than located in, you know. So you might want to look at some of these phrases here. Again, you can have a look at some of these later. They're on my videos on the YouTube channel. And you can see some of them are there really to try and make you sound a little bit more natural, maybe. So you can have a look at those in your own time. Okay, let's maybe do another one if you have time. I think you're going to be fine. I think your English is good. I think you're going to knock this out of the park. Have a look at the instructions here, and then I'll show you the other photograph. Okay, so I would like you to compare the two photographs and say how pets can benefit people. You can start when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, please.
Okay. Both pictures are related to domestic animals. At the front of the first picture, we can see a dog, which is a good friend of man. I think the person is accompanied with his dog, and he can do many things. For example, they can walk along, they can listen to music. He can be in the house together and play with the food or giving. But in the second picture, I think this is a hamster, which many people prefer to have hamsters because they look cute and very nice. And from my point of view, I think having a dog as pet, it would be more benefit because they are you can feed them and they are more loyal and help people to reduce stress situations, and they can even support you in difficult and hard times. So dogs are better for benefiting people.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Again, that was great. I thought that was probably your strongest. Good use of phrases to move around the picture. So if anybody else is watching this, quiero que se den cuenta de cómo maneja Andrés las fotos como tal. Por ejemplo, dice, both pictures are related to. In the first picture, we can see. So, you know, I think if you've got these kinds of phrases at your fingertips, I think, you know, that's half of the battle. Really just two small comments. Again, use of ER words. You said together. I try and make that into the schwa at the end, together. Again, I don't think if you speak at this level in the exam, I'm very confident, but it's definitely something that you could work on. And then you said dogs can help you reduce stress situations. So what you did there, you put stress after the verb reduce and before the noun situations. So you would need to turn that into the adjective stressful, can reduce stressful situations, or you could insert preposition in, reduce stress in situations or in certain situations. So that was very good again. Okay.